Von Allen Sports.
This is the man with the most badass name in sports, the Pharaoh, the Egyptian god himself, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And on behalf of my man Von Allen, we want to thank you for your support. Let's fucking go.
Hey there, how you doing? Coach here outside of beautiful Arrowhead Stadium, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. You're watching Von Allen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. So subscribe now and join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go, baby.
Von Allen Sports.
That was outstanding on so many levels. Look at that torque.
Is this thing on? I guess it would help if I had a microphone, right? Okay, cool. And we're here. I didn't think we were going to have a show tonight. Okay. Yeah, got the scoreboard. We're good. Everything's up. Let's go, baby. Torque. Torque, 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 torque. Okay, sorry guys. Yeah, had a long day today. Didn't think I was going to be able to make it for the show tonight. I know it's regularly scheduled and it's almost halftime. Nothing I can do. It's better than not having this show because I can't make up for it tomorrow or Saturday. So if I don't do it tonight, we don't have a show this week, and that's not acceptable to me. So here we are. I've been at the dentist all day today, like all day. And it's far away. So by the time I got home with LA traffic and stuff, it was late. And I tried to come home, tried, clean up everything and get ready. Yeah, so here we are. It even takes a lot of setup to get the show going. The Seahawks are idiots. Whatever. Give me just 1 second. Alrighty. Let's go. These Rams uniforms suck, dude. I'll tell you, I'm looking at these Seahawks uniforms. I I'm not sure if I like them or they're bad, but they're so unique looking that I'm attracted to them. Does that make sense? It's like I can't tell. But they're very interesting. You guys ever seen that bug that looks like that? Like looks like their helmet? It's like a beetle or something, it's naturally got this very that color of the helmets with the shine to it. That's what it reminds me of. But those Seahawks jerseys, the letters look great, right? Do they? I can't tell. I think I like them. I think I like them. I think I do. Yeah, I think they're pretty weird. They're pretty interesting, pretty unique. Um, as far as the Rams go, I'm going to tell you how much I like the Rams. Look what I wore today. Can y'all read that? Can y'all read that? New Orleans, Louisiana, baby. Sunday, February 1st, 2002. Super Bowl 36. Oh, check this out. It even says it on the back. I don't think I'll be able to. Let me see. Super Bowl. I hope that landed. But the little hoodie thing was in the way. Sorry. But it says big letters Super Bowl has the Super Bowl logo. So okay, let me adjust this. You know, I'm a genius because I put my microphone on the left side of me, and that's where almost every logo is put on my clothing. So I'm always covering up my logo. So it's like real smart, Aaron. Real smart. Too late to change it now. I'm used to it like this. I can't now because I've got 3 monitors set up and it just won't work this way. And to be honest with you, the best camera I have is funny. So the best camera I own, and I own a lot of different cameras, but the one that runs the best and the one that looks the best is the one that's built into the computer. It's like in the monitor. It's Apple, but that is still I've tried them all. It's still the best, and I got some some decent cameras, but the external ones don't seem to work very well, and they seem to lag and cause problems for the software. It's just very weird. But the internal camera is badass, so I need it, but I need it to be on this left side because when I run my music production software, I use the middle screen right here, the one I'm watching the game on. It's huge. And that's where I do all my work. And then the left, what I'm looking at right now, the actual computer monitor, I use for the mixing board. So that's where I keep the mixers and I can see all the little details. And then on the far right, I have old classic movies. I think I showed you guys that before. So, but yeah, it's I don't think I'm going to be able to do that unless I bring it high. I could probably set it up differently. I need to get a different mic stand. But like if I set it up high and it come down like right here, that would work, wouldn't it? So we'll see. So Well, I usually wear a Super Bowl 53 shirt quite a bit. I wore one Monday night, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I wore one Monday night. Super Bowl 53. Um. Okay, so we're not going to have very many people on tonight, probably on YouTube, at least in the chat. We do have. It's funny. I'm increasing viewers on X. That's good. So we've got 21 total. That's okay. Usually we have like 60 or 70, but it's all right. I'll go ahead and start anyway. I was kind of just talking about nothing until letting people get on. But we'll go and get started here. So, okay. So let me see who's here. So Up and Courage was here first. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Israel, what's up, man? Jaeger Thorn. Blind Assassin. Let's see. Only 4 of you in the chat tonight? Nope. John Thomas Chavez. The Minuteman. Oh, hang on. Okay. Listen. Who told you you could leave the basement? All right. This is a problem, okay? If you're going to keep breaking your chains, all right, we're going to have to do something different. Maybe a straight jacket. No, what's up?
I made a tunnel to Whole Foods.
Huh?
Made a tunnel to Whole Foods.
You're making a tunnel to Whole Foods?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what I need while you're making that tunnel? I need you to bring through the tunnel some grapes.
Okay.
Okay? If you could hook me up.
Chips.
Yeah. And a little watermelon. A little watermelon. You know I like it.
No, but I can't. Okay, bye.
You know I like it. Ah. Yeah, for some reason, okay, so X is really, really competitive. And if you post anything with a link to like outside companies like YouTube and stuff, and I understand, I mean, that makes sense. It's their website, but nobody will see it. So there's no point in even putting a link to the YouTube, section on X because they won't even show it to anybody. It's crazy. But come on, people. Where are you? I know I'm late, but this is pathetic. All right. I supposedly have a group chat that's called VAS Legion, but it's really just me and Israel talking. I think 90% of them have the group chat like on mute or something. That's nice. You guys got to get X because I am talking shit all day, every day on X. I'm always saying something. I'm always talking about football on X every day. Every day. So, oh, by the way, check it out. Don't they look nice? It's always nice to get them get them all buffered and nice looking. So, yeah, Blind Assassin. I didn't start it. I'm not starting it. It just I've always kept it. So I've always maintained it. I don't let her out of the basement much, but she escaped. I don't know how. So. Minuteman has seen me on X. What's your handle on X? Okay, let me go back and see if you guys asked any questions at the beginning. Oh, so Tharn said, I've got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside? And I said, Mahomes' ACL? Elpa Courage asked me if I ever watched that Smurfs episode where Gargamel created Smurfette. I have not. I forgot about that. I need to go back and watch it again. I mean, I'm sure I probably saw it when I was a kid, but I just didn't remember until you had mentioned it last time. How did I get Andy Reid to promo? Well, me and Andy Reid, we go way back, and no, that's not Andy Reid. That is the Chiefs' most famous fan, and he dresses up like Andy Reid for every game. And really nice guy. And he was doing promos like that, and I asked him if he'd do one for us, and told him that we were Patriots and our Tom Brady heavy channel. He got a kick out of it, and really nice guy though, really nice guy. So his actual thing is longer than that, but some of it was very specific to the season in 2020. I think that's when he did it. And so it wasn't relevant anymore, so I just cut that part out. Pats and Seahawks are the only two teams unbeaten on the road. I knew about the Pats. I'll be honest with you, I have barely paid attention to the Seahawks this year. They just haven't captured my interest. I probably because new coach and Sam Darnold, it just didn't grab me. I don't take them seriously. I think they're a one and done in the playoffs. You can't cover everybody, not when it's not your full-time job, If this is my full-time job, yeah, I'll be covering everybody. But I can't do that with, just a few viewers and no monetization, no nothing. I can't justify doing this every day, like in a serious manner like that. So. You figured I gave Andy Reid a cheeseburger. Yeah, that might work. Maybe I should try that. No, that's not AI. That's actually Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's real. I was very smart. I got that before he was famous. So, or before he was one of the best players in the league. So. No, I wouldn't do AI like that. I would. That's lame. Having an AI person intro your show is kind of, that's like, then you could do anybody, and then you could have anybody, So yeah, that would be lame, and then that would be lying to you guys. So that's just. Israel says, Nick Wright is such a bitch. He said Josh Allen winning a ring is like winning only half a ring because Mahomes isn't there. Yet he said he's rooting for Josh Allen to win it all. Okay, so I'm going to explain. Someone's deleting your comments? I don't see any comments deleted, and it will tell me if there are. So with Nick Wright and the Josh Allen thing. So number one, Nick Wright is terrified of Josh Allen. And here's why. He thinks, and deep down, he feels that the Chiefs is over. He knows what the rest of us know. He's not going to admit it, but he knows. He also knows that there are no real consistent dominant teams in the NFL. He also knows that Josh Allen is the best quarterback on the planet. And all it takes is one. They get one Super Bowl. That gets rid of the stigma of the Bills. That gets rid of that they can't do it. They're chokers and all this stuff. Once you've got that one, now you've got some confidence. And when you've got that kind of confidence and knowing that you can do it, and you've got a quarterback that's the best there is, and playing, anything can happen. That's just how it works, right? So he's a little concerned about that. He's also concerned because Mahomes is no longer the best quarterback in the NFL. He's no longer the guy, the it guy. It's Josh, and it's Josh by a mile. If Josh stays on his trajectory that he's been playing, because Chiefs fans love to talk about, on pace and all that crap. So let's play their game. Okay, let's play their game. If Josh continues the way he is, and nothing bad happens to him, and he gets a ring, or even 2, then you've got, a first ballot Hall of Famer probably. So I think that Nick Wright is honestly, I think he's concerned. But it also does this. It also, by acting like that, by saying that, they've got to win this year because Mahomes and Burrow, and I don't even know why Burrow's even mentioned in this, but they're not there, so the Bills have to win. Okay, so this is it's a win-win for people who hate Josh Allen. If he doesn't make it, then he's going to be ridiculed because he didn't take advantage of that situation. As if it's just easy because Mahomes ain't there, Well, yeah, because the refs ain't there, So, okay, cheap shot, but still. And if he does win the Super Bowl, they're going to put an asterisk by it and say, oh, well, it's because none of the big names in the AFC were there. That's what they're trying to lay down. Okay. It's the same thing with Mahomes when he goes to the Super Bowl. If he wins, they're going to say, oh, well, he did that without an offensive line and blah, blah, and this or that. His ankle was hurt. He's Superman. And if he loses, they say, oh, he lost because his offensive line and because of his ankle and because of this or that. It's this typical bullshit. You guys have never heard me make excuses for Tom when we've lost games. That's because if we're going to judge Tom by winning games and winning Super Bowls, when he's made mistakes in games, and when the defense have done good things, if we're still going to praise him, then he's got to take the blame and some of the blame too. But they don't do that for guys like Mahomes. They don't understand what that is. I'll give you a perfect example of it with Tom. You would take Super Bowl 52 against the Eagles. Yeah. I think most people would agree. Go, 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 go. Let's go. Walker in for the touchdown. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Screw the Rams. Thank you. But I think everybody knows that Belichick really dropped the ball. No pun intended. On that Super Bowl, right? Okay, that's fair. Tom still fumbled it at the end. He still got strip sacked. So if that was Mahomes, what we would be eating his lunch for that, wouldn't we? And I don't sit there and say that Nick Foles' Super Bowl MVP is bad. I also don't say that Nick Foles is crappy because Tom had better stat line. It's Nick Foles won. Okay. He won. He got the job done when he had the ball last, basically when it meant something. His team scored. He caught the touchdown on the trick play. Tom dropped the trick play. So are we just going to sit there and destroy Nick Foles and say that he didn't deserve it? But he did deserve it. He did deserve it. He got the job done. That's how it is. That's how it is. And it doesn't take anything away from Tom, to say that, he didn't get that one. you know? But that's what they try to do for Mahomes, is that they won't just admit, yeah, Mahomes, oh, although I guess it's a little different because Tom's never played like dog shit in a Super Bowl. But you're going to have to admit that Mahomes played badly. And they can't do that. They can't bring themselves to do that. So they always play both sides of it. And that's what they do. So. Yeah, Israel says, I call Mahomes the pace man because he's always on pace for something. And his fans are always talking about pace. Well, I guess Mahomes took that pace very seriously because he just tore his ACL the same way Brady did in the same year. So maybe he's really taking that pace thing seriously. But yeah, and Tharn, that you say biggest difference is Tom was never blown out in a Super Bowl, and it was twice, yeah. And that's the thing. And we're still not making excuses. Okay? We're still not doing that. And we could throw that all day at them. We don't have to. Why? Because of 7. 7. That's why. I wouldn't even bring up Mahomes getting blown out. Okay? A lot of great quarterbacks have been blown out in a Super Bowl. Okay? But the way they act, it forces you to use it. I don't want to use it. I don't want to talk about it. I just, they force you to. But what the hell just happened to my broadcast? You are having comments auto deleted? What? I don't see it. I don't see any. It will tell me if someone. Well, first of all, only moderators can delete, but you said auto delete. I would see it though. Stafford going deep, wide open. Oh my God! Wide open. I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. I don't have any settings that say automatic delete. I don't even have the setting where if you say something controversial or whatever, I don't even have that. I don't know. That's very strange though. Okay. I will be right back, guys. Just give me just 2 minutes. Sean McVay. So you guys want to talk about Sean McVay? I saw somebody just said Sean McVay hacked the account. Yeah. There's a lot of people that there's a lot of, come on, tackle. There's a lot of people that think that Sean McVay is this some stand-up dude, this good guy, this great guy, whatever. And he's just not. Okay? He does this all shucks, I'm a good little boy, I'm a nice guy, I'm all this. He's not, dude. He's a treacherous little peacock. Okay? That's what he is. Treacherous little peacock. And screw him. So let me tell you a little story about Sean McVay. So Jeff Fisher was the coach of the Rams back when Jared Goff was drafted. And he was Jared Goff's coach for 1 year, I think. Let me see. Let me do the math on this. Jared Goff was number 1 overall in 2016, right? That was a 2016 draft. Yeah. So Jared Goff was number 1 overall, and Carson Wentz was number 2, I believe. But Jeff Fisher was the coach of the Rams, and then the Rams moved to LA. And when they did, they fired Jeff Fisher after that, and then they hired Sean McVay. Okay. Yes, your comment went through. At least they held him to a field goal. Oh, bad snap. And he got it in anyway because it's too close. Flag. False start. Is that the fattest kicker I've ever seen? Holy crap. And what is stupid to have I hate these number things where you can be whatever number you want to be. A kicker needs to be 1 through 19, or it's just stupid, man. 92? A kicker that's 92? Are you kidding me right now? That's a lineman. That's a defensive lineman, dude. Come on. Okay, so back to my little story. So they got Sean McVay, and Sean McVay was all excited. You know, I'm in LA. I'm only in my 30s. By the way, Nepo baby. Massive Nepo baby. Got it completely, everything handed to him on a silver platter. It was always this way. He's a rich kid. His family was always connected to the NFL. His grandfather, I believe, was the coach of like the Giants or something. I don't know, like some team back in the day. And then they had family connections with John Gruden. And John Gruden hired him when he was the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he nepoed his ass all the way to the Rams head coach. So McVay comes in. The Rams are in LA now, and they want to, make their presence felt. They get the new coach, the new young coach, and McVay's like, "Hey, I've got Jared Goff. I've got this new young quarterback, and I'm going to live vicariously through him." So, if it wasn't bad enough that Jeff Fisher had completely screwed Jared Goff up. McVay came and made sure that it was only going to get worse. So McVay basically wanted to be the quarterback using Jared as a puppet. So Sean would call the plays all the way up until the clock turns off where they can't communicate. This means that they never worked on Jared being his own quarterback, like going out there, making decisions, making checks, deciding what play to get in and out of if something changes. Whatever McVay told him to do by the time that thing clicks off, I think it clicks off at 15 seconds. That's what they're going with. And that's how we beat them in the Super Bowl. That's how we were able to get after them so much. Is because we knew that Jared would not change the play after 15 seconds, and we could discern what they were doing, you know. Not to mention we had inside info about the Rams because of it's the same offense that they were running when Brian Hoyer, our backup, was there. So he's like, hey, I know all this stuff. But if you had a different, or if you had a quarterback that would be able to audible and make those changes under the 15 seconds, then it wouldn't have been so simple to do that. Here's where it gets really bad. So after that, it starts to become apparent that Jared's development has been completely stunted. And after that Super Bowl loss, it looked like the Rams kind of were getting lost now. And it didn't look like they were going to move forward. They wanted to get prepared for the LA Super Bowl. They needed to win that one. They wanted to get ready the best they could and get the right players and stuff. So what'd they do? They sent away Jared Goff and then blamed him for the reason. So somebody could say, oh, well, it must have been the right decision because you brought in Matthew Stafford and you win. Okay. Well, there's a lot of reasons why that happened. One of which was they went out and traded their picks. They went out and spent crazy money. They got all these players that they could. So that helps, right? But what happened is that Sean McVay completely destroyed Jared Goff. And so Sean's like, okay, I will send Jared away. I will bring in a veteran quarterback that knows how to play quarterback already. And then I will look like a genius. And that will get me off the hook, basically. That's precisely what happened. And then Jared went to Detroit and then started to become that quarterback, that proper quarterback. And now we see how good Jared is now. That would have been Jared back then had he not been screwed over so hard and had Sean McVay not lived vicariously through him and tried to be puppet master the whole time. Had he just coached Jared properly, there would have never been a need to go out and get Matthew Stafford. Jared would be pulling off the same stuff. Jared would have won that Super Bowl had you done those things. So, and you would have Jared for a lot longer. He's much younger than Stafford. I watched Sean McVay in an interview bury Jared, okay? And I was like, this dude is disgusting. This dude is such a phony. People think he's this nice guy, this down-to-earth guy, and it's just, no. He's a little Nepo baby who blames everything on everybody else, and he just doesn't take responsibility for it. I cannot stand the Rams. I can't stand McVay. I don't like Stafford. I don't like any of these guys. I hate the Rams. For me, they're the Chiefs of the NFC. That's how I feel. Oh my God. Sam Darnold, you suck. Israel, that interview. So it was a Super Bowl interview, but the Rams weren't in the Super Bowl. It was like it was when after it happened. I'm pretty sure, or maybe it was a year before it happened. But it was one of those where you know how coaches go on the radio road during the Super Bowl, lead up to the Super Bowl, not the Rams Super Bowl, but a different one. So I'll have to look for it. But I remember he's sitting there on Radio Row, talking about it, and the way he just talked both sides out of it was very strange. It was just so, no. I really didn't like him after that. Elf of Courage sends a $5 super chat. He says, Aaron, almost every time I post a comment in the chat box, it would appear, then disappear. I've closed and opened my YouTube app twice, but nothing works. My comments, at least on my end, keep disappearing. I see a lot of your comments, but I don't see any see, it will tell me if something's even automatically deleted. It'll say that there was a comment here. It will say that comment deleted. And then I can actually pull it back. I can actually click on it, but I don't have that here. I don't see anything at all. And the fact that you're a moderator, so like, I don't know. I don't have any answers for that. Are you using a computer right now? Are you using your phone, or is it an app on TV? Like, I wonder if that makes a difference. Like, try pull this up on a different device and then make a comment and see if it happens. If you're on your phone, then maybe the YouTube app needs to be updated. iPad. Okay. So go to your apps, and then see if YouTube needs updated. And if it is updated, it's all up to date, then try opening YouTube on your phone or television or a computer, desktop computer, and then make a comment if you can. If you have an extra device like that. So I don't know. Man, that sucks. Yeah, that Rams kicker is definitely the biggest kicker. That's a big boy. What? Bull crap. Tom Brady surprised his 15-year-old son with a $3 million Jacob and Company watch. I don't believe that. That's complete nonsense. There is no way in hell that's true. Why do they keep just posting stuff to try to make Brady look bad? And people believe this. Look at them. Mm-mm. No. That's not. Brady wouldn't buy himself a $3 million watch. Bull crap. Yeah, that's right. Stafford doesn't like the Patriots. What's going on? I'm getting that weird delay thing again. Darnold, you suck. Why would anybody think that this guy is like, this is the seeing ghost guy? Or, you guys remember that, right? I think we were covering that game that night when he was seeing ghost. Yeah, I think we were live that night, weren't we? It was a Thursday night game, wasn't it? It was a primetime game, I know that. Come on, dude, earn your salary. Ace likes the Rams. Okay, Ace, we're gonna have a problem now. You can't. We can't have that. So. Dude, Al Michaels completely checked out. He just does not care. He is like zero excitement, zero energy. He just doesn't care. He needs to retire, man. It's bad. Oh, okay. You got into the NFL because of Kurt Warner. Well, it's the LA Rams now. It's not the St. Louis Rams, so it doesn't matter. It's like the Oilers when they moved to Tennessee. It's like whatever. So there's you an out if you want one. So that'll work. Yeah, that's the thing though about like guys like Al Michaels and collecting one last paycheck. I mean, he's old. He's already made so much money, more money than he could ever spend. Why not just retire instead of traveling every week to these different games and just go do some stuff, But they just keep going and they don't give way to the, I don't know. It's just weird. It would be, I would understand if he loved it, but he doesn't love it. So he's just doing it for money, and that doesn't make any sense. The guy's beyond rich. It's just so stupid. I mean, he's clearly miserable, clearly, uninterested. If the Rams had not left LA back in 94, maybe people would have more respect for them. Yeah, I mean, the Rams were still a LA team and people still saw them that way. But once they got into St. Louis and won a Super Bowl, they should have stayed in St. Louis. So they screwed up twice, in my opinion. I just don't think they're ever going to be respected here. It's just, this is a Raiders town, to be honest with you. Like everything about these team rotations that happened, it was all incorrect. So if you're going to move teams around, the Raiders should have came to LA. And LA does not need 2 teams. The Chargers, I never would have moved the Chargers out of San Diego. That was stupid. But if you're going to put a team in Vegas, then that could have been the Rams or the Chargers. But definitely you put the Raiders in LA, and that would have made more sense. Yeah, and the Bears are trying to move to Indiana, and I think you all can guess why. They want to, the owners want to leave Illinois and move to Indiana. Yeah. So Giants play in New Jersey. Yeah. Yep. Giants and Jets both. Isn't there facilities even in New Jersey? That's what's funny about it. So oh yeah, yeah, definitely be the Chicago Bears, but it's still funny though. Same thing with the 49ers. They play in Santa Clara. Yeah, that's pretty common. I mean, unless you're named after your state, you know, like the Cardinals. Cardinals used to be called the Phoenix Cardinals. Well, they played, and their practice facility was in Tempe, Arizona. Now they're called the Arizona Cardinals, so it doesn't matter where they play. But they don't even play in Phoenix. They play in Glendale. So it's actually pretty common. I mean, it is weird though, even though it's the metro area, to be in a different state. I think that's strange. You're calling yourself the New York Giants and the New York Jets, you know, and you're in a completely different state. It is kind of funny if you think about it. Yeah, it would work for the Patriots. It would work for the Patriots because New England is a region, and it's not a specific, you know, thing. But so New England would be free to do that. They could go to Hartford if they wanted. They could go to Providence if they wanted. They could go to Boston if they wanted. You know, that they stopped calling themselves the Boston Patriots, so it works. So, and boy, aren't you guys glad that they did change it to New England? Doesn't that just sound so cool? Sounds way better than Boston Patriots. Boston Patriots, I don't like it. It's weird. The Seahawks are really going to screw this up at home, aren't they? They just had to drop this game, but they just had to beat Phillip Rivers last week. Jackasses. The Duval Jaguars, the Arlington Cowboys. That's right. They do play in Arlington. By the way, Arlington is midway between Dallas and Fort Worth, and it's not that close. I mean, it's close, I guess, but it's not as close as you would like it to be. Foxborough Patriots and the Orchard Park Bills. And like I said, you got the Minnesota Vikings, which should be the Somali Pirates. We could change it to that. That would be more fitting, right? Or we could just change it to the Vikings, and that would fit as well. Yeah, there's nothing unusual about teams not playing city limits. Yeah, it's just funny. It's just funny when it's a different state. I find that interesting. Unless again, like New England's an exception. It's a region, so New England is made up of many states. Try this on. How about this would be funny? What if the Bills kept calling themselves the Buffalo Bills, but they played in Canada? Remember when they did a few games in Canada? You guys remember that? So, or what if the Jaguars moved to England full time and still called themselves Jacksonville? That'd be funny. Yeah, if they go to Indiana, they would be in Gary, Indiana. Pop quiz time. You cannot leave, you cannot leave the chat and go to Google. Pop quiz time. Come on, we have integrity here, guys. Be good. Don't cheat. Who is the most famous person from Gary, Indiana? Who is the most famous person from Gary, Indiana? It is a metro town of. It's part of Chicago. This is pathetic. This game's over. Darn, made it first. I mean, we're talking a half a second before Phil. Dude, Tharn posted half a second, arrived right before Phil did. But yes, it is Michael Jackson. Very good. Yeah, the Jacksons are from there. I couldn't say who is a famous person from Gary, Indiana, because you could have said Janet, or you could have said Latoya. You could have said Tito. But so I had to say most famous, so you would go with Michael. There you go. Uh-oh. Ace is accusing Tharn and Phil of having AI script open. Or you're accusing Tharn. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you beat them. There are famous people from Indiana. That's so funny. Nathaniel, what's up, man? He says, I'm curious, who are the top 10 quarterbacks and coaches right now in your mind, and which ones do you like? I know Josh Allen's the number one, but who else do you like? Oh, wow. Okay. So, top 10, I would have to think about that. But, as of right now, the number one team that I would, if I had to put money on it, that I would probably put money on. I mean, I don't gamble, but if I had, it's just a phrase. I would say I think I trust the 49ers, probably. Or the Rams. I clearly they're good. So I may hate them, but I don't know. If you were giving me Super Bowl odds, then I might change it based on the what the risk versus reward is. But I guess I'd have to say the Rams, probably. Unfortunately. If they close this game out, at least. which they will. Everything changed from that interception. I don't trust Denver. I don't trust Denver. I don't know. Giving you a top 10 of the teams is kind of just. There's nobody that's definitively the team to beat. The one that you would confidently. I can see every team nearly that's playoff bound. I can imagine a scenario where they could win, and I can imagine a scenario where they would lose. In years past, that wasn't the case as much. There was always 2 or 3 teams you just knew were going to just dominate. It's a little harder this time. Quarterback's a bit easier. So number 1, like you said, Josh Allen, that's a given. Number 2, best quarterback in the league. Justin Herbert. But what about Matthew Stafford? Yeah, I watched him piss himself in Carolina when it started raining really hard. I don't know. I'd put him like 3. So he's still a dome kid. Okay. Game over. Game over. Seahawks suck. Told you they were pretenders. You been to Soldier Field? I've been to Chicago once, but I've never been to Soldier Field. Well, this game sucks now. I was hoping we'd get like a good game. What's up, James? Let's go. Ah. Anybody want to play any chess tonight? Con Allen Sports. What? Look at this delusional dickhead. They're gonna have to add a screen share here. Let's see how this goes. Screen share. Okay. You guys read that? There has never been a better duo in the history of the NFL than Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. My God, this is so already very gay. Oh, wow. He wrote a novel. Damn. Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. But that's some yuck. Whoops. That was lame. Name something France does better than any other country. Ha! That's easy. Surrender. Let's put in a little white flag. White flag. Oh, crap. White flag waving. We surrender. We surrender. There you go. That's what France does better than anybody. Let's go. Name a... Come on. Oh. Name... Name a quarterback other than Dan Marino or Tua Tagovailoa from the Dolphins. Wow. So, how about this? That's pretty stupid because that's just clickbait. You got to make it more fun. Like, who's your favorite Dolphins quarterback? Not named whoever. I would have to say Chad Pennington. I probably like the best. Couldn't stand Ryan Tannehill. Think that guy's a douche. He was always a douche. One of the worst things teams can do is do the Hard Knocks show because you see the bad about them. Ryan Tannehill didn't even know the divisions in the NFL. He didn't even know the team divisions. That's utterly pathetic. I still can't get used to hearing Kobe Bryant and NFL broadcasts. It's just so weird. This is how I expect the 2025 NFL playoffs to pan out. Thoughts? So someone thinks Green Bay's going all the way and Pittsburgh. So they're thinking it's a 2010 rematch. Green Bay's not making it, but I do think that Pittsburgh has a chance. If they keep playing, well, if they keep getting better, maybe they could have like a similar Bucks thing where it took them time and they really didn't start playing their best football until the end. If they're doing that kind of thing, then maybe they could make something happen. But I'm not sold on the Packers right now. Throwback to when Floyd Mayweather destroying UFC champ. Oh, yeah. I don't care about that right now. Harvard's rankings of the U.S. presidents in Time magazine in 1948. What? What? Why do they always put Lincoln first? Why? Why? They always put Lincoln first. What is that? So weird. That it's like that's a 20th century thing right there. It's and now it's a 21st century thing. Okay. Top presidents. George Washington, then Andrew Jackson. It's Lincoln is highly overrated. Highly overrated. I know presidents, guys. I know presidents like I know quarterbacks. So you got to tell me. You got to listen to me. And I'm telling you, I know my shit. I know my shit. Okay. Yeah, James. I know. We know Lincoln killed vampires, and he was good at it. He was very good at it. You know. But that's not how we rate a president. We don't have if we celebrate presidents by how many people they murder, then everyone would be talking about Andrew Jackson as number one, right? Or they'd be talking about Obama, who droned a bunch of civilians and Americans. So it just depends on the context, right? So, who said Calvin Coolidge? Tharn said Calvin Coolidge is underrated. I absolutely agree. I love Silent Cal. And also, thank you. Andrew Jackson gets underrated, I think. Yes. And the farther we get into the future or to the present, like now and today's times, Sam Darnold's seeing Ghost again. The more time goes on, the farther down the list Andrew Jackson keeps dropping, and you guys know why. But look, they had him in the elite category. They had him in the elite category. Look at that. Back in 1948. And now people put him down and a little further. And it has nothing to do with him being president. Okay, failures. Grant, that's a little harsh. He's a good man. He suffered from a very corrupt cabinet and very naive. He was very naive. But to call him a failure is harsh. That's harsh. I don't know what they were thinking in 1948, but okay. Hold up. You put Andrew Johnson as average? The alcoholic idiot? You guys know the only thing that he done, what he's most famous for, Andrew Johnson? I mean, I'm talking about other than taking over for Lincoln. The one thing Andrew Johnson did right, the one thing he did, although it had nothing to do with him. It was Secretary Seward who negotiated it. But Johnson gets credit for it. I just realized they have Woodrow Wilson in the great category. I think what happened with Wilson, the reason 1948, it could have been bias from the publication who did this. Okay, it says Harvard and Time Magazine. All right, that might actually clue us in. Because now what we know today is that Wilson was not a good president. So they have John Adams ranked unusually high. That's his presidency was rough. It was kind of weird. Oh, I love that Polk is near great. That they got that right. So Polk is one of my favorites. Okay, so guys, in the hallway, I have a long hallway that leads up to the apartment. So when you come in the front door, there's this long passageway, hallway, and it's kind of like the tunnel that we talk about where I keep Milena. But it is this long hallway, and it's the Hall of Presidents, and I got all my favorite pictures of all my favorite presidents lined up across. Polk is in that group. I should show you guys that sometime. Oh, we have a super chat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Elf of Courage sends a $2 super chat. He says, Steelers versus Packers. Rodgers wins Super Bowl against both teams. That would be, that would be something, wouldn't it? That would be crazy. That would be. He beats his old team, and then both his victories are against each other. That would be awesome. So if this is 1948, then that means Harry Truman is in office. So I don't even think they would rank him. It's usually weird to rank presidents like this in any really serious manner until after they've been president. And you kind of understand what they were about. It's So yeah, I wouldn't have included Harry Truman in here. So good call. Okay, I do have a problem with this. Zachary Taylor, putting him in the below average. Oh, the Seahawks decided to score a touchdown. Not that it matters. Okay, so I noticed that William Henry Harrison is missing from this group. They got his grandson Benjamin Harrison, but they don't have William Henry Harrison. And William Henry Harrison, he was only in office for about 30 days. He died. So you can never put William Henry Harrison in any kind of list, because if you put him too low, it's not fair. If you put him too high, it's retarded. So I have a similar issue with Zachary Taylor. They put him in below average. So people looking at that, they go, oh, well, he must have been a sucky president. That's not really fair. Zachary Taylor was only president for about a year, I think. Something like that. And he died, and I don't know, man, it's not cool, because he could have turned that around. Reagan's first year in office wasn't that good. There was kind of rocky there, So who knows what Zachary Taylor would have done? But I would not have judged him at all. I would have made a category that said, something like not applicable or whatever, and that way people don't think, oh, well, he was crappy or whatever, because he didn't get enough time to even do anything. So you got to remember, guys, also, when a president comes in, his first year in office, the majority of it is on the budget of the previous presidency. Like, for example, we just got out of Joe Biden's budget. So people are wondering, like, why is this hadn't changed? Well, there's only so much you can do within the confines of the money that was allocated to different resources, right? We just started Trump's now. Okay. So dying in your first year of your presidency and then being judged for it is really harsh. I don't like that at all. Warren G. Harding, they put him as failures. He did bring a lot of hot bitches into the White House, though. That dude, he liked to hook up. It's at the White House. Woo. Let's get it on. Sugar, let's get it on. Oh, yeah. Wait, you got Buchanan? You got Buchanan as below average and not failure? Really? Really? Who did this? Like, I want to know the names of the people who did this so I can, like, haunt their grandchildren. This is pathetic. And William McKinley, If William McKinley had not been assassinated, he would be known right now as one of the greatest presidents we've ever had. He might even be on Mount Rushmore. I'm serious. I'm not. That's not a joke. Basically, a lot of Theodore Roosevelt, the credit he gets, and rightfully so, he did those things, but he was carrying out McKinley's vision, and that was all McKinley. Like most of it was McKinley. That was what he was working on, and then he got assassinated, unfortunately. But that would have been McKinley's legacy, and he would have been a 2-term president, and we would be thinking of him with all these accolades and everything. So it's interesting how history works like that. But now, if the Seahawks could stop them here on 3rd and 7, we might have a game, guys. We might have a game. And complete. Okay. So they just need of course, they need the 2-point conversion. Well, actually, there's a lot of time. Why were they playing so fast anyway? Milk that clock. Milk that clock. Okay. Let's put this back for a second. Just in case something cool happens. That was actually kind of fun talking about presidents for a second, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. It ain't gonna hurt to talk about other things sometimes. I mean, we talk about football a lot, but there's only so many times we can say that Tom Brady's the GOAT, right? So, James Johnson said, if 9/11 had happened in 2004 rather than 2001, do you believe Bush would have been reelected? No. Absolutely not. No, it would have had totally different context. Come on. What's the flag? It was on the Rams. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's go. Let's go. Don't screw this up, Darnold. He better not screw this up. You got another chance now. Got it. Touchdown! Woo! He almost overthrew that shit right there. Okay, so it's good they scored quickly. Because if they miss this, they're going to need another possession. Let's go. Someone asked if James Garfield was on that list. I'm sure he was. Let me see. Huh. They left him off, and maybe it had something to do with him being assassinated. It may be a Zachary Taylor thing where they didn't want to really judge him. But no, he's not on here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. That's a backward pass. So that's a fumble. That's a live ball and picked up for a 2-point conversion. That's a 2-point conversion. Backward pass, knocked away, which is a live ball because it's the same thing as a fumble. Ball goes into the end zone. Seahawks touch it. That's a touchdown. So 2 points. Yeah, this is a conversion. As long as he picked up that ball before the whistle. Huh. Yeah, this is going to be called good, guys. This is going to be such a weird play. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this before. But it's got to be good. There's no way it's not. Wow. Wow. That's funny. And what's sad is that Rams player, he made a good play. You know? He made a good play on the ball and it blows up in his face. It's that's weird. We got a tie game, guys. Yeah, we're never going to see that again. I mean, you might see it for like forward progress on and in midfield or something, but you won't see it become a scoring play and such an important play like to tie the game. I mean, this is the division, the lead of the division on the line, so it's very odd. Seahawks fans are getting hyped. Do we have something here, ladies and gentlemen? Now we got a game. I was getting depressed for a second. That's right. That's right, Elf. We got one. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like Andrew Jackson. He's my second favorite president, and I'm actually related to him. So on my mother's side, my mother is a Jackson, from that branch of the family through her grandmother. Incomplete. Third down. Hey, what's up?
From the basement.
From the basement. What are you up to? Are you still in my bowl?
Yeah.
Hit that boy. Hit him. Ha ha. Stafford's a cuck. He moved to LA and started saying all kinds of LA things. What a fairy. Apologizing for being a rich white kid from Dallas. How gay is that, man? What a loser. Felt guilty. Fourth down. Yeah, Nathaniel, clearly Kelsey and Mahomes are not the best duo. Unless they're talking about like gay sex in the NFL. Is Obama last? Is he the worst president? Wow. I can't make him last. In American history, from what I know about all the presidents and their impact and what, sometimes it's things that they allow and sometimes it's things they deliberately caused. We have never had a 4-year span, one-term president, a term of a president so rapidly destructive as Joe Biden. This Joe Biden presidency, never, ever has there been destruction of that magnitude so fast. And the reason it happened is because it wasn't even Joe Biden doing it. It was a cabal of people, a group of unknown names and faces, so there was no accountability. So they were doing the most radical, crazy shit that they could think of to get ahead for their future plans. A president of sound mind, even one like Joe Biden, would have pulled back on some of those things just for his own legacy. Like you would not open the border that much so you can be blamed for that forever. You know, you wouldn't withdraw from Afghanistan in that manner that they did. So you're not considered the coward president, you know, the retreat president. These are things that you would push back on even if you're a bad president, you know. So that was the worst presidency ever. But worst president, it could very well be Obama. But the thing is Bill Clinton did a lot of damage to this country. A lot of the bad things that you see today and that have taken place, Clinton laid a lot of the framework for that. For example, China is an adversary right now because of Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton is the one that made that all possible. So you got to consider these things too, that people don't really think about it. Just because the president was popular does not mean that they were good. And a lot of times people confuse those things. But yeah, it's up there. So George Bush was a terrible president. I mean, we've had a lot of bad ones in just the recent. So basically, yeah, until Trump came along, we had a bad streak of bad presidents. You know, it took a while. It was Reagan, and then it went to Trump, and everything in between was just a pile of shit. Both Bushes, Clinton, and Obama. How do you miss that? I think one president people don't understand his presidency is JFK. I know he's famous, but he's famous for being assassinated. He's famous for the Cuban Missile Crisis. But what he was doing and what he dealt with from day to day, the forces that surrounded him, trying to kill him and trying to destroy him, I wish people understood JFK's presidency more. And they would understand a lot more about him, like what he was trying to achieve. Lyndon Johnson, who took over for him, took his agenda and turned it into a monstrosity, into where people look at Lyndon Johnson's stupid things and they think, oh, that would have been Kennedy that did that. But Kennedy was much more subtle, much more logical in the way he would handle things. So he's unfairly judged a lot based on Lyndon Johnson. I like Kennedy. He's one of my favorites as well. And it's not all good. I mean, there's some bad, of course, but if you really get down into it and look at his presidency, not the bullshit around it, okay? I'm talking about actually his policies and the way he handled shit. You would like him. Thank you. Who's your favorite president, sweetie?
A refill from the basement. George Washington.
Your favorite president's George Washington? Mm-hmm. Nice. Very nice. Mine too. Who's your favorite future president?
Aaron Von Allen.
Aaron Von Allen, baby. Don't forget, guys. Vote for me. Hey, Koo. Can I get a new one? Haku. Okay, it's first down for the Rams because Sam Darnold couldn't even get in field goal range. Because he's seeing ghosts tonight. He's, like someone said, he's seeing Andrew Jackson's ghost. I'll tell you guys something about that. It's pretty weird after this play. I don't know what you guys... I don't know, like, what you guys believe. I'm not trying to, some people believe in ghosts or believe in premonitions or believe, that's not what this is about. It's just an interesting story. But I'll tell you in a second. 2nd and 4, Stafford goes back. Pass gets blocked. Knocked down. 3rd and 4. Of course, they're going to leave Pachuku Maluku. They're going to leave him wide open, and he'll get to do his little dance he learned about it recently, I guess. So he got in trouble for doing the little hand meme. That's the Jew meme, right? Where they show the Jewish guy with the big nose, and I see all the woke right people doing that and posting that. Wide open. Every time. They're the Chiefs. They're the Chiefs of the NFC. They can burn in hell. Thank you. Thank you. Look, guys, fresh and cold from the basement. Ooh, ooh. The woke right. You don't know? You haven't heard of that? The woke right is a group of people who are right wingers, and they started becoming this libertarian hybrid, where they think that everything is a conspiracy, like, every little thing is all something behind it. Usually it's the Jews did it or something. That's what they think. We call it woke right because they're pacifist and isolationist. And you can't run an empire like that. And believe it or not, we are an empire. I don't like stupid wars. I don't like unnecessary wars, but we have to maintain the empire. There are things that have to be done. We have to have bases around the world. If we don't have those bases around the world, we're finished. If you take those away, it's over. It's finished. So we lose our hold on the planet, and trust me, you don't want that. Nobody wants that in America unless you're just a complete moron. So you've got to find like a balance there. But these people, what we call the woke right, they are extreme to that cause. And again, it's almost libertarian in a way. Libertarian is just a made up bullshit. Libertarian is basically you're a right winger in essence, but you're too big of a coward to say that you are. So you go with some leftist policies, and then you think you're special because of that. If fence sitting was a political party, that would be a libertarian. It's cowardly fence sitting, basically. But the woke right is similar to that, and that's what we call it. It's a small faction of people that's really obnoxious because they don't understand pragmatics. They don't understand that the world is a very complex place, that we have people who hate our guts, who want to see us destroyed, who want to see us dead, want to see us ended. And I'm not talking about just the obvious ones. Okay, I'm talking about the ones that you wouldn't think. The ones, there are people in Europe that sit around talking about our demise who hate us, that we thought were our friends or thought that, we had similar connection to. They hate us, and also there's a very, very bad rising up of people who think China is like a good thing, who think China is a great country and it's this amazing thing to aspire to. It's crazy, dude. I mean, the propaganda is really, really heavy over there. Basically, Western civilization is going to end through suicidal empathy, and it's going to fall because we're trying too hard to be liked, and we're apologizing for what we are, and we're trying to make amends for things from the past that is completely stupid, that doesn't even mean anything now. We cannot be defeated in a war. We cannot be defeated in that sense. The only way to defeat us is we allow it to happen. And that's exactly what we're trying to do right now. 3rd and 8. Got to stop them here. Hold them to a field goal. All right. Okay, so they're going to kick, and then hopefully Darnold can go for the win. I'm elected president, but I have to give up Coca-Cola. Oh, it's no good. It's no good. He missed it. Big boy should have lost some weight. So now all Seattle needs is a field goal. That's nice. Okay, so Ace, what you just said, you said, to be honest, the right-wing anti-Israel are the most based. So here's the issue with that. The problem with those people, the biggest problem is there's no nuance. It's extremism. It's all extremism. They are willing and they're actively destroying the right coalition. They're trying to. Okay, so by trying to be based, and all that, they went to such an extreme that it's going to fracture our side. I say my. I don't know what you are, but I'm saying the right side, and that's only. It's not going to be a victory for them. It's going to leave a victory for the left. So again, they're not good at pragmatism at all. Not everything, the world is a very complex place. Not everything is about one thing or one reason, but they go such an extreme. Every little thing that happens, it's the Jews, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. You can't do that. It's utterly retarded. And first of all, if I made a list of 20, 100 things that were a threat to Western civilization, yeah, I could make a list as tall as I am of things that would be more relevant than that right now, a more pressing matter. So it's and also a lot of things that I notice about these people is they don't understand our relationship with Israel. That is that probably is the number one thing, is the misunderstanding. Israel is what is called a suzerain vassal state. And if people understood that, then they would understand the situation. Okay, so the one thing you can't do is take a sack. At least, just throw it away. Ugh. As president, I can sign an executive order to allow myself to drink Coca-Cola again. So basically, I just make the agreement and then sign the executive order. So. Dude, you suck. It's over. The Rams are going to win now. It's over. The game's over. He's not going to miss another kick. And now all they need is a kick to win the game. Sam Darnold sucks, man. That was pathetic. It's just the Rams just get guys open, man, and it's just wide open. Matthew Stafford doesn't even have to do anything. Would I sign the executive order to eliminate high fructose corn syrup? Oh, you bet your ass I would. This shit's disgusting. It's wrong. It's evil to even put in our food. Yeah, Ace, you're right. And you know what? A perfect example of that on both sides being simps is the reaction to Trump's post about Rob Reiner. They all started posting like leftists, like that. Like they all started virtue signaling in unison, in sync. Virtue signal, virtue signal. I don't agree with them politically, but this was revolting. Oh, yeah, sure. Again, I want people who are just honest with themselves. Hey guys, we need to send a message to Seattle that Patua Chakua guy is pretty good. Okay? He's pretty good, right? I'd say he's pretty good. You probably want to do something about that. Just a thought. Poo poo kachoo, cuckoo kachoo, poo 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 poo. Yeah, you need to guard him. You need to do something there. Okay? Yes, you are right, Ace. Ace says, I understand, but I don't think the right or conservatives have preserved anything. Our media has been completely taken over by woke stuff, and our entire society has been taken over by woke stuff. You're absolutely right. They have not done a damn thing about this. You're completely right. Completely right. That's the problem. Yeah, this game's over, guys. Okay, well, it was exciting. With that 2-point conversion was pretty cool. But cholesterol does not cause heart disease. Well, that's good. That's nice to hear. Here comes Fat Kicker Boy. He's going to win the game now. That kicker gave the Seahawks your opportunity. All you needed was a field goal. You just needed to get in field goal range. That's it. Just get in field goal range. They handed it to you. Just take it. And you go out there and you shit yourself. I'm just sick of extremism in every category and every group. We need to be a lot more logical about how we do things and take the emotion out of them. That's really the biggest issue I can see. I'm a very complicated person when it comes to politics. Like okay, I don't think it's complicated, but it is complicated to other people. I'm an Arkansas kid who never hunts, who is for animal rights, right? Which that's generally the domain of the left. I'm an artist, which is usually the domain of the left. But I have nothing in common with them other than that. It's just Matthew Stafford looks like Elon Musk. That's absolutely right, Ace. That's what I'm saying. That pendulum swung back too hard, but now it's too far the other way, where we're wanting to go to extremes, like shutting down things completely, or extreme pacifism, extreme isolationism. We can't have that, you know? Hey, what's going on? You want to say hi? Cat Allen Sports. You're watching Cat Allen Sports. Meow. Incomplete. Second down. Let's see. Okay, second down. Second down 10. Second down 10. When a kicker gives you a gift like that, you have to take it. You have to take it. Oh, he dropped it. Third down. Let's go. 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 I'm late. 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 No. You only intervene when necessary. just to keep the empire maintained. Incomplete. All right. Looks like we're going to get an overtime. I mean, do you guys really believe that Sam Darnold's going to be able to get him in? You saw what happened a while ago. I'm trying to do this reverse psychology or something. I don't know if it's going to work. Uh-huh. If Sam Darnold can get them down to field goal range and win this game, I will apologize for everything I've ever said about him, even when he was on the Jets. Just do it now. Just do it now. Please. Okay, good, good. He took the underneath for a first down. That's nice. Yep. Rams DT tried to intercept it. I love when that... I cannot wait. Someone is going to get that eventually. Someone's going to get their hands underneath the spike. It's going to bounce off their hands and then come back down, and then they'll be able to catch it. It's going to happen. So, I'm not apologizing for the Jets. I'm apologizing for him, even when he was on the Jets. Big difference. So, let's just see what happens. No! You can't take a sack there. You can't take a sack there. You can't take a sack there. Sackage your nuts. Sackage your nuts. I said to him, not for him. That's how badly I want Seattle to win this game. Okay, so I want to tell you guys something real quick about Andrew Jackson. So, when I was a little kid, when we first started learning about presidents, my dad loves presidents and history, and that's probably where I picked it up from. But I would have dreams about meeting Andrew Jackson. Like, why? Okay. I didn't even know I was related to him until I told my mom one day that I keep dreaming about this president we learned about named Andrew Jackson. And I would have these dreams where I would meet him, you know, I would be back in time and meet him. She goes, well, we're related to him. And then, you know, as the years went by, we found out and got the family tree and everything. And it's legit. So he's a cousin of mine. But, my entire life, as recent as probably a year ago, I still have dreams of meeting him, talking to him, different scenarios. Sometimes he's living now in this time. And we meet. There was one time where I took care of him. He was old and I took care of him. There's another time where I went back in time and met him at one of his cabins. And, he thought I was an intruder, and then we got to talking, and then he believed me when I told him I was related to him, and I'm from the future. But my whole life, I would keep dreaming about this. And the reason this is strange is because George Washington is my favorite president, and I've been obsessed with George Washington since I was a kid. Why wouldn't I? I've never had a dream of meeting any president ever. It's never happened. I've never had a dream of meeting a historical figure that I can think of. But Andrew Jackson, it's happened, I'd say at least 8 times, probably, something like that. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay? Even 2 or 3 times would be strange. But for some reason, I just keep having these dreams. And when I meet them, it seems so real. Like every detail is correct. And like I said, I don't know like what that is, but I do find it weird, especially because I was having those dreams as a kid before I even knew. So it's not like there was a bias there that was, well, not really a bias, but you know what I mean? Like my mind was triggering that because of a relation or something. But you would think, as much as I've obsessed over George Washington, that I would have a dream about George Washington, right? But no. It's so I just think that's interesting. Take it for what you will, but it's pretty cool. So Drew Brees was what I'd like to call a stat whore. I do remember that debate, Jimmy Graham versus Gronk. Ah, the good old days. Papua Kachu. Cuckoo Kachu Pachu Papoo Poo. I wonder if Seattle knows that he's out there. I wonder if they're aware of him. Okay, so Pupu Kachu has almost got 200 yards. This is real nice. Wide open. And Stafford can't move. I mean, Darnold can't move the ball. So this is not good. Do you think Gronk and Mike Ditka are the 2 best tight ends ever? I think mine is Gronk and Shannon Sharp. Get him. They're gonna give this to LA, huh? Yep. This is over. Yeah, I agree with Thorne. You've got to, as far as I'm concerned, you've got to block as much as you go for, as much as you line up for wide receiver and go out for a pass. And if you're not blocking, then you're not a tight end. You're just a big wide receiver. That's. Get it! Intercepted. Damn it. They just got saved. Rams just got saved. You got to catch that shit. That's some bullshit. Not, not really, but I just like saying it. Let's go. 3rd and 6. You still got a chance. He's wide open. God. What now? Idiots. Yeah, it's a first down no matter what, so it doesn't matter. How is that not illegal to be running on the field as the coach like that? How is that not a penalty? Do you guys see that? They just let this guy go for 225 yards on them. Ah. Can I help you? What's up? What's up? Okay. Who has the ball? Well, the Seahawks now. Yes, it is. Just in the season. Yep. Ah. Cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you should know. Oh, oh, oh. Cuckoo, poop, poop, choo. Sammy. Let's go, Sammy. Let's go, Sammy. Did he catch that? Holy cat. He did. Bye, Thorn. Bye, Thorn. Oh, wow. Nice catch. Great sideline catch. Great throw. What do you think, guys? Do you think the Seahawks will kick the extra point, or do you think they'd go for 2 if they score a touchdown? What do you think they will do, and what do you think they should do? Although I don't even know if they're going to get in the end zone, but I don't think they will. Okay, well, good news is at least they've got 3 downs left to do it because you're clearly going for it. So, defensive pass interference. Clearly. Surprised it took so damn long to throw the flag. That should have just been that's obvious. All right, see you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you for the super chats, Elf. Come on, come on, come on. Did you guys answer? Did you get my question? Do you think that they'll go for 2? Should they go for 2? What do y'all think? Oh, he caught it. Ah. Oh. Like sometimes the refs' reactions are weird. 1, 2. Oh, that's beautiful, dude. The guy the Seahawks didn't think could play anymore. That's interesting. I mean, Rams. Oh, actually, I don't even know if that's the case. Yes, Israel. Okay, 2nd and 8. Stafford back to pass. Fakes the handoff. Ooh. Okay. Just keep it going. Go for 2 because ties are whack. Yeah, what is this, sucker? We're not European. Do I look Middle Eastern to you? Oh. There you go, Israel. Yeah. Ties are whack. Ties are whack. That's nice, huh? Okay. All right. No more screwing around. It's kind of a complicated thing because you don't want to leave the Rams too much time to be able to score, but there's 3:17. You're not going to be able to milk that. Not this close to the end zone. Touchdown. Okay. So, moment of truth, guys. What are they going to do? Yeah, ties are whack. Just do it. Oh my God, they're going to do it. Yeah, if they give the ball back to the Rams, they know they're going to lose with a field goal. So it doesn't matter. It's a loss no matter what. It's a loss no matter what. You just got to go for a 2-point. Yeah, you have to. You have to because they can't stop the Rams offense. They can't. They're tired. They giving them the ball. We're giving the Rams the ball, especially kicking off to them because they'll get the ball like on the fucking 75-yard line if you want to add to the other direction. It's an automatic Rams win. So the 2-point conversion is literally a must. It's really the only option at this point. If they were stopping Stafford, unless she drives a little bit, then I would say maybe not, but it's... What now? Now Seattle calls timeout. Well, we got a game, didn't we, guys? No matter what happens. All right, here we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hope you got the best play you've ever designed in your life. Let's go. It's going to 88. It's going to 88. It's going to 88. Let's go! Shit! I can't believe this. Wow. Just wow. Wow. I didn't even see 81 there. I saw 88 crossing and they weren't picking him up. And but I did not see where 81 came from. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know he was an eligible receiver. I saw him on the line. I didn't even think about him. Didn't even. Wow. Wow. Incredible. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. The mascot is in there. Wow. That was great. That was great. But you had to go for it. So made the decision easy, didn't it? Well, well, well. What in the world? Well, what a game. What a game. What a game. That was nice. I don't know. I don't know. They looked pretty bad. Their defense can be exploited at times. I don't know. I'm not sure. I just I don't know. Maybe the Rams. Maybe they're not. Maybe the Rams aren't as good as we think they are. Maybe it's not the Seahawks. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, this has been fun, guys. This has been great. What a great game. We had some great conversations. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm going to go, but we got a big game Sunday. We have against the Ravens. That's not going to be easy. So there's no easy games. So I don't know why people are thinking just because the Ravens had some struggles that all of a sudden they're a walkover or something. But when it comes to teams like the Ravens, the record definitely doesn't matter anyway. So it's going to be tough. Got to win it, though. All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all being here with me tonight. Okay? Great game. Great game. Let's go.
Von Allen Sports.
This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching Von Allen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go!
Von Allen Sports. Von Allen Sports.
This is the man with the most badass name in sports. The Pharaoh, the Egyptian god himself, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And on behalf of my man Von Allen, we want to thank you for your support. Let's fucking go.
Von Allen Sports.